SPUFalcons.com here with Seattle Pacific men's soccer player Caleb Nyone. Caleb, how has preseason training gone so far?
It's gone well so far. The incoming class of freshmen look pretty good, and I feel like the recruiting class keeps on getting better, and it's really, given the starting 11, they really need to pick it up. So it's the competition is high and intense in practice, which is good. It increases the level of play, and looking good so far.
Coming off a fantastic season last year where you advanced to the West Region Final, has that raised expectations for this year?
I think it has raised expectations a bit and maybe a little bit of pressure, but I think high expectations are a good thing. So I think we have a lot of leadership on the team, and we can hold each other accountable for our actions and plays, and just keep the high standard there and make playoffs again this year, and hopefully go a little bit further into the playoffs.
One of the big changes on this team will be that last year's conference player of the year, Tyler Schultz, or forward, is no longer with the team. He graduated. How will the team look to fill that void?
Big shoes to fill, but he is definitely a very dynamic player and a pure goal scorer, so he will be missed, but we will move on, and we'll probably switch our style of play a bit, and we'll be all right.
How do you think this year's team will be different, or will they be different than last year's?
Yeah, it's different personnel coming in, but the starting core is still there, so we'll be pretty similar. I think we'll be very dangerous in possession and combining with the forwards, and just our passing has been pretty sharp preseason. So,
are there any players that perhaps didn't get as much playing time last year, or any newcomers this year that have really stood out in practice so far?
I would say none in particular, but I would say everyone actually has really surprised me and impressed me as far as the freshmen, and it's a long season, so people are going to get their opportunities, and they just need to make the most out of them.
Your team is ranked number 11th in the preseason coaches poll. Do you feel like that's a deserved ranking?
I think so. I don't personally pay attention to the rankings too much. Just got to go work hard in practice and work hard in the games, and the rankings will follow.
Well, let's talk for a minute about yourself, and what did you do this summer?
Stayed to tried to follow the workout plan as much as possible. It's never easy to, but gave it my best shot. I didn't do too much this summer. Kind of hung out with friends and family. Went home to Happy Valley and got to stay with my family. Refereed some soccer games down there just for fun. So.
Does refereeing soccer games give you a little more sympathy for the guys who are covering your games?
It definitely does, yeah. I'm a little more careful with the referees now, and it gives you the kind of different perspective on the game, and I guess it gives me a little more insight into how the game's played and all the rules and everything.
So if we were to take a poll of some Happy Valley players who you reffed, would the book on you be that you're quick to pull a card out of your pocket?
I didn't pull out any cards this summer, so I think that's a good thing.
Very nice. Yeah. What was the weather like down in Happy Valley? Did you hit some of the heat that the rest of the nation did?
We did a little bit, maybe a couple weekends. It was maybe mid-90s, but that was only maybe a couple times, so not too bad.
And lastly, you start the season with a really difficult road trip. You're at Notre Dame, Namur, and Chico State. These are two teams that dealt you a loss and a tie last year. Mm-hmm. Your thoughts going into that tough opening weekend?
Really excited to get the season going in California. It's a challenge, no doubt, to be on the road and play two tough teams, but we're looking forward to it, and I have no doubt that we'll rise to the occasion and play some great soccer in California.
Great. Thanks very much.
Thanks.